everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So, did you ever wonder that how you can make up your own face detector? How you can make up a respective program or respective project into which you will be able to actually detect your face onto your own? So, if not, say yes, I am here for letting you know that today we'll be developing up a Python project with the help of which you can actually make up a face detector with the help of Python programming language. And guess what? What's the most best thing into this particular project? That the face detection will be done through the help of your camera. We'll be giving up the access to your camera, and with the help of that, you will be able to detect the face onto your camera. How many faces are there? It doesn't matter out 1, 2, 3, 4 or n number of faces. It's gonna detect out all of those. So this is the respective Python project which we are gonna make up today into this particular video. So what I'm going to do is that first of all I would introduce that what completely the project is, and further after that we'll moving forward with the installation of the library or whatever respective things are required. Okay, let me start. That what we'll be doing into this particular project is that we'll be first of all giving up the access to your camera. Okay, as soon as the access to your camera has been given out, after that particular what I am going to do is that I will be giving up the access to my camera, and let's say I'm the only person into that particular camera. So just onto the cover onto the my respective face, you will be able to see a hollow rectangular box. It means it will be actually giving you a sign of detection that yes, I have detected a face onto this camera, and just around that particular face I'll be making up a hollow rectangular box. Okay, so this is how it's actually gonna be here for this particular Python project. Right, so hope I am pretty much clear with this. You will be able to change the width of that rectangle. You'll be able to put the your choice, like what is the color you prefer, like onto that rectangle, and the things will work up like that. Hope I am clear with that. Now, what's the next thing? Next thing will be my particular IDE that I am using. First of all, I would introduce you to that. Further, you can move ahead with the further of the things like the installation of the library and all sort of things. So, here, the particular IDE which I am using, that's the PyCharm IDE. Okay, it's the PyCharm IDE. Now, here you are actually free to use any of the respective libraries according to your choice. You want to take it simply, let's say, Jupyter Notebooks, or you want it Visual Studio Code, you want Spider, you want Sublime Text, or either you want PyCharm only. So no worries in that particular case, but one exception is there. What's that? The exception is that do not use out any online IDE. Don't use that out, because you won't be able to give the access to the cameras. You won't be able to store up the file onto an online IDE. So try and prefer that you are using an offline IDE only. Any IDE onto which you are comfortable, you can simply use that out. It doesn't matter that I want PyCharm only, but it should be any offline IDE. Okay, hope I am clear with that. So next what I'm going to do is that I'll be making up a file here, a Python file, and inside that we'll be writing up the code. Okay. So let me move on to a particular folder where we can just make up a file. Let's say I want to make up a file here. So I would go there, click on new, go onto the Python file, and I could make up a file according to my choice. So it's, let's say, gfg underscore face underscore detector. Okay, hit out enter. So yes, that's my particular project which I am having up here, my file name, into inside which I'll be writing up my code. Okay, that's done. Now what next here do I want up? Next what I want up is I want my library first of all to be installed, because that's the very first thing which I wanted up here, that the library which I'll be using, that particular library shall get installed. Okay, so which library I'm going to use? I'm going to use up the OpenCV library. Okay, I'll be using up the OpenCV library. So now if you are a person who is using the Python, so yeah, you can go onto the terminal and simply in the terminal only you could install up your library. But if you're a person who is using any other IDE which does not has its own terminal, so what you could do is that you can go onto the command prompt. Onto that command prompt you can actually use this out, or into that particular one you can write up the command and it would work out for you. Okay, so hope I'm pretty much clear with that particular thing to you. And now what are we gonna do is that let's move forward with the things. Okay, so let me just get down here now. Okay, I would go onto the terminal first of all here at this particular place. Let me move it, shift it above. Okay, so I'll be writing up my respective command, that's pip install OpenCV dash Python. Listen to me out very clearly that for installing that OpenCV, you have to write up this command, that's pip install OpenCV dash Python. The one which I had highlighted, you have to mention up this particular command either onto your terminal or onto your command prompt. Okay, that's done, right? Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to hit out the enter. And now after that, simply here I'm going to get up, like it will take up some time for the installation. And at last it is going to show you successfully installed. So for me, I did already install up this library onto my device. So what it's going to do is that it's going to show me that the requirement is already satisfied. Okay, requirement is already satisfied. This is what it is actually showing me out. Okay, so let's close this out from here. And for you, if your library isn't installed, so it will get installed in some time, because it depends onto the internet bandwidth that you are having. Okay, and what I would do is that I can write the command here as well, pip install OpenCV dash Python. Okay, that's Python. Great, this is a command that you have to follow out. Okay, now next, what is the other requirement that I one thing up here? See, whenever you go with any of the OpenCV Python projects, okay, there you have cascade files. What's that actually meant out? Cascade are a type of files behind which all of the code are written for detecting upper face. You can see it in that particular manner. So what are we gonna do? That cascade files are into the XML format, XML, this particular format. So from where now to get up this cascade file? So you can get out that cascade file from the internet onto the Google. Let me write out the name for that, and you can download that particular cascade file for you. So it's Haar cascade. Yeah, it's Haar cascade underscore frontal face underscore default dot XML. It's somewhat like that. It's Haar cascade frontal face default dot XML. Now you can download out this particular file from the internet, because it's very easily available onto the Google. And if you're not getting onto the XML format, so whatever the format you are getting, you could download onto that, and further with any of the online converters, you can convert that particular file format to XML. Okay, or the other way could be, if you're not able to download this out, you can copy up all of the content which is written into this particular XML file from Google. You can copy all of those, paste it onto a notepad, save that text file and convert that onto the XML file. This is one more method which you can prefer it out here. So whatever is preferable you can do, but yeah, you have to download this particular cascade file. Now where to save that cascade file? So the cascade file which you will download, that will get and saved into the same folder where your Python file is saved, inside which you are writing your code. Okay, I would again repeat it out. Your Cascade file will be saved onto the same folder in which your Python file is saved, inside which you are writing up your code. Okay, make sure to do out these two things, otherwise you may get out the errors like no cascade file found or cascade file is not found, some things like that you would get it out. Okay, so as to avoid, uh, keep that particular thing in mind which I just told you right away. Okay, great. So for the very first, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to import up the CV2 library. Now we have installed OpenCV Python and I'm importing CV2. What's that? See, into the previous versions of Python, you used to write import OpenCV only. But as the newer versions of Python are there, now in those particular newer versions, you have to import the CV2. So that's working applies like an OpenCV only. Just the difference is that you are installing the OpenCV Python, the library name, and further, due to the newer versions of Python, you have to import CV2. Import OpenCV won't work out here. Okay, so hope I am clear with that. Moving further here, what I'm going to do is that I'll make up a variable, and onto that particular variable, I would load up my Cascade file. So it's somewhat, let's say A. Okay, so A is equal to, I'm going to write up here CV2 dot, I'm going to use up that cascade classifier as a function. Okay, it's cascade classifier. What's that about? So it's about that you are having a cascade file, and you are simply classifying and mentioning that particular cascade file which has been downloaded by you right above. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put up the double inverted quotations, and I'm going to write here Haar cascade, cascade underscore frontal face underscore default dot xml. Okay, that's my respective line which I want to write out, and here I need to make up the spelling correct. It's Haar cascade, CASCADE. Okay, so the particular name for this is Haar cascade frontal face, one second, frontal face underscore default dot xml. Okay, done. Now here further, this is the respective thing that you are actually wanting, that you made up a variable. Onto that variable, you used up your CV2 library, and with the help of that CV2 library, you used up a function that's the cascade classifier. What was that about? This cascade classifier function was actually helping you to load up this particular Haar cascade frontal face default.xml which you have downloaded up here. And till the time you are not using this particular file, your program is incomplete. Okay, listen me out. Till the time you are not mentioning of this particular cascade file name inside the cascade classifier function, your program is incomplete. You won't be able to detect the face with the help of the program which I'm going to write further, because this is the most important part of your complete program. Hope I'm pretty much clear with that. Let's get down here. Now what I do again have to make up a variable, and what's that? I'm going to give up the access to my camera. So how do you do? So CV2 dot, we are having video, CV2 dot video capture, and like this. One second, like this. Okay. So B is my respective variable that I am having, and here we are having CV2 dot video capture. So video capture is my respective function that I am having. What will that do out for me? It will help me, it will allow me to give the access to my camera. This is what I told you in the starting, right? That what we'll be doing is that we'll be giving up the access to your camera, and Further, after giving up the access to your camera with the help of that camera only, we will try to detect the face, right? So yes, that's my respective requirement. I will be using up this video capture function because this will only allow me to capture up my video. It means to give the access to my camera to open up my camera for capturing up the video. Okay, let's get down. Further, I'm gonna put up an infinite loop while true. Okay, T will be capital. Okay, so TR like that. Okay, let's get down here. Now further, what I'm going to do up next here is that I'm going to next use up a read function. Okay, so what I would read, let's see. So let's say it's C comma D is equal to, I'm going to write up here B dot read. Now what's that about? See, listen to me out. C comma D, these are my two other variables which we are having it up here. Okay, so C will be referring to my rectangle and D will be referring to my image. Let me mention that clearly as well. So C rec, D will be referring to my image. So D image, IMAG. Now that's pretty much more clear in the manner of writing your variables, right? Great. So what I'm assigning is that I'm assigning to read up my rectangle and read up my image. Okay, what's that B? B is referring to my video capture function. So what are we doing is that, first of all, we allowed our camera to be opened up to capture up my video, and as soon as it started capturing up, I started reading that out. Reading for what? Because I have to detect up my face, not my face only, but yeah, I have to detect up a face onto that particular camera. So till the time you are not reading up your particular face or anything like that, whatever is shown up here, how will you be able to detect that yes, it's a face only? Let's say I show you a water bottle. So how will it be able to detect? So, right, that are the particular things which are happening it up here. Now I would get down here and I would just use CD, let's say E. What's that about? I'm going to do up here cv2.cvt color. What's that? I'm going to convert up the color. Means that till the time you haven't converted your BGR or RGB image to the grayscale, how will you be able to detect up the things onto that? Right? So till the time you haven't done up those particular things, it won't be that much possible for you to detect up the particular things, right? So simply I'm converting up that. So now what to convert? I want to convert up my image. So variable is t underscore image, comma, cv2 dot color underscore, what's my color? Here we are having BGR. 2, and I'm going to convert that to 1. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm going to convert that to the grayscale. GRAY. Okay, I'm going to write it capital Y, right? So yes, that was my respective line which I did wanted to mention it up here. So simply E is my particular variable which we are having up here, and what's that? CV2. CV2 is the respective importing of my library, right? And further we are having CVT color, that's referring to my convert color. So we are converting the color of our D image. D image is a variable into which we are reading out the image which is shown onto the video, right? So the image which has been actually shown onto the video, we are trying to convert that BGR particular image to the grayscale image. That's what in real actually I am doing up here. Okay, so hope I am making up this particular thing very much clear to you, that what are the things that are doing, like getting up done here. Okay, so E and next goes F. Okay, next I'm going to write up cascade. Okay, cascade. Okay, I'm going to write that out. 1 second. Instead of that, I would write up that variable which is A dot, and I'm going to use up that detect multi scale variable. Okay, A dot detect multi scale, And into the bracket, what I'm going to put is that I'm going to put up the variable into which I have converted my BGR to the grade. That's E for me, right? E, comma. Here, what are the values which I want to put up? I want to put a 1.3, let's say, and give me 6. So I did do that out, okay? Now, again, getting up down here, further now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to apply up a for loop. For loop in the sense of covering up my x and the y axis, the width and the height of that. Okay, let's do that out. So if I'm going to put up the for loop, so for okay, x1 comma y1 comma w1 comma h1, that's my x-axis, my y-axis, my width and my height. In you have to do this out for f. Okay, f means the variable onto which we had used out the detect multi-scale function. So onto that particular one, we are using of this for loop, that's x1, y1, w1 and h1 in the f variable. Fine. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use up CV2, again CV2 dot, and I'm going to use up that I want the rectangle. So I'm simply using up that rectangle here, rectangle. Okay. Putting up the bracket, where do you want to form up that particular rectangle? I want to form that particular rectangle onto my image, onto my face, which is getting captured over the camera. So what variable I'm going to use? I'm going to use the underscore image because that's the variable into which I am detecting my image. So I want a rectangle over that particular image only. Right, so yeah, I did do so. Fine. Comma, now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to gather up x and y. So it's x comma y, that are my x and the y. Okay, I'm so sorry, x1 and y1. x1 and y1. So these are my x's which I'm having. Right, now further what I'm going to do is that, I'm so sorry. Let me just get back here. For the next which I'm going to do is that I'm going to add x1 with the w1 and y1 with the h1. What's the reason for that? See, what I am doing up is that I simply want to add x1 and the w1, y1 and the h1. Reason for that could be, see, x and w both are of the vertical direction. Y and h, they both are in the horizontals. So horizontals together and the verticals together. That's the reason x1 plus w1, okay, comma, it will be y1 plus h1. Okay, x1, w1, y1, h1. Fine. Separated by a comma. Here into the now bracket, what I'm going to write up is, let me just get down. I have some space here. Fine. Now, next what I'm going to write up is that I'm going to give up some values here that are to be followed up. Let's say it's 255, comma 0, comma 0. So it is our format BGR, right? So just around my face, you'll be seeing up a hollow blue rectangular box which will actually help you to detect that yes, here's the image or here's the particular face. Okay, so that's what we are doing. Now what is the width of that particular rectangle that you want out? Let's say I want the width to be 5. So I did wrote up here 5. According to you, it depends on to you what you want out. Okay, yes, that's done. Next, what is left out? Next is left that now when I have detected up my face and everything, now it's time for capturing up that particular image as well. Capturing means saving up out that particular one. Right. So, okay, now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to write up CV2. No, we won't do that out the saving of the image right away. Okay, we won't do that saving of the image. So it's cv2.im show. And into the bracket, I'm going to write up here img, comma, and into the putting up a comma. What I'm going to do is that I would simply put it up here in a format that d underscore image, that variable name. Reason for that, why will I do? So see, listen to me out. The reason for that is particularly that I want to capture up my image. What's the variable into which I am reading up the image? That's D underscore image. So simply what I'm doing is that I'm going to write up D underscore image variable here. So what is that allowing me to do? What is that actually helping me to do? That's actually helping me to simply read up my image, and it is actually helping me to do so. Getting down here, I'll be using up a particular, you can say a particular variable. Let's say it's F is used, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Let's use it out here, H, because H we haven't done it out up till now. So H is equal to, I'm going to use CV2 dot. Wait key is one of the functions which you are having. Wait key means it has to wait up for this much particular seconds till the time if it is not able to detect the image or see any of the face onto the camera, so exit that out. It's somewhat like that particular manner. Okay, that you have to wait up for this much particular seconds, and into this particular seconds, if you are not able to detect the image or to see a face onto the camera or detect a face onto the camera, exit out from the complete program. So let's say I'm going to put it up here as 40. I'm going to set it out a time of 40 seconds. Okay. Putting up an ampersand here. And here we are simply giving up the command. Okay, not like that. Okay, getting down here. That's pretty much done. In the wait key, K will be capital, not small. 1 second. Right away. Okay. Fine. Now come down here, downside, and I would again put up that condition that if key is equal, sorry, not that key, if H is equal to 40, if that's the value, simply break it out from here. Okay, simply break out from. That means that if 40 seconds you did hard wait out and you're not able to see any face onto the camera, so simply exit out from there. Okay. And now further what are we going to do is that I would check up the variable which I had made up above. Just 1 second. B. After that, it is all the things are done. B is a B dot release. B dot release means you have to simply exit up from the camera, and you have to write CV2 dot destroy all windows. So CV2 dot destroy all windows. This is the next thing that you are wanting out, right? And putting up the bracket. So destroy all windows, what it will do, as many as windows have been opened up for your detection of the face, it will simply exit and close out all of those respective windows. And what's gonna do is that it is simply gonna exit out that complete all of the particular windows that you will be having. And yes, that's all over. Only this much lines of code will help you to actually detect up your face, that's so with the help of the OpenCV library, and that's so with the help of giving up the access to your camera, right? So hope I did make it up pretty much clear to you that what's the procedure for doing so, what are the things that you can do it up here. Now what I would do is that I would simply tell you that first of all I would close up my this camera, because two cameras cannot be accessed at one single time. So I'll be closing up this camera, and then again I'll be running up my program and showing you that how will that actually work. So let me close it out from here. 1 second. And yeah, that has been now closed out. Now it's a time for running out our project. So I did simply run up my project here. Now in a short while what it will do is that it will give up the access to my camera, and after giving up the access to my camera, what it's gonna do is that it's gonna simply detect my face. And yes, here it's detecting, see, right? Onto my complete face, onto my face, what it is doing is that it is showing me that this is the respective face, and around just start out, I hope you're able to see, around just start out, it's simply detecting my face with the rectangular box. Now the width of this particular box is, what is that, the width of this particular box? So width of this particular box is 5. That we did mention it up here. Now let's see if I show up my hand onto the other side. See, is that detecting out? No, it's not detecting. And let's say now if I put up this hand onto this particular camera, is it detecting anything? No, it's not. And as soon as remove, it's again detecting. I would again show you. Let's say I put up my hand over this camera. So yes, it's not detecting, and as soon as remove, it's again detecting. So it means that the program which we did have written actually, this particular program is completely able to detect out your face. Now how you can make up the changes onto that, let me exit out from here. Yeah, let me exit out from here. What I'm going to do is that here I would try to show you some changes as well which you could do. So see, here you did 255 for blue. That's the reason blue was coming. What if I wrote up here 0, and what if I put this as 255, and let's say I increase the weight from 5 up to 10, and let's see what's going to happen. I'm going to give this up the excess. Okay, it will actually start running up in a short while because it takes up a little bit of time in giving up the excess to your camera. See, first of all, the thickness of my rectangle has increased, right? Second thing, that the color of my rectangle is actually now green, because what did we do? We simply changed up that BGR color. See, I gave the value for B as 255 previously, and rest was 0. That was the reason blue was coming. Now next, what did I do? I simply changed up that blue to 0, and the G, that's my green color, I gave the excess to 255. So it's coming up like that. Now what will happen if I close this as well once again? And now let me give up the excess to the red color. I'm going to put up 0, and here let's put up as 255 for the red. Rectangle, now it's time I would let you know. Okay, yeah, this 10 will work out because it's pretty fine number, right? And let's run it out for the last time. So now as soon as I run this out particular one, so what it is gonna do is that it will now show me a rectangular red color box. See, have up a look, right? It is actually showing me this red color just box around my face, right? And no matters whatever I am putting, it's not gonna detect out any particular thing. It doesn't matter out that what I am putting or what I am actually taking, because the cascade file which you did had put it up, that cascade file is belonging to your frontal face cascade file. The code behind detecting your face, the code behind that how a face looks like, and everything is written into that cascade file. And that's the only reason. It's not detecting my hands or nothing like that. It's only and only detecting my face. Right? So hope I am pretty much clear with to you with these particular things, that how you can actually make up a program, how you can design a program into which you can give up the access to your camera, and with that giving the access to your camera as well, you can detect up the face. So now here if multiple people were present, so it should have detected up that multiple person's face. So hope I'm pretty much clear with this. So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.